Lisa's in the house. How are you? Hope you had a good weekend. Pat Paulson, how are you doing? Howdy, pimps. Mark, how are you doing? Hope you had a good weekend. Hey, Mark. Well, look who's here early. David Carlisle, how are you, sir? David. Pat Paulson for president. There you go, David. It's been cold around here. Holy shit. I tell you what, that takes a little bit of adjusting. I had to start up my new to me skid steer that I picked up let's say about 6 9 months ago. And apparently that thing doesn't like cold weather very much. So it does have a heater in there, but I'm not sure if it's working. Oh, you can't see it, but yeah, can you hear it? The heater is going. Yeah, it's about the same here, Annalisa. Let's see if we can get that skid steer fixed. It's not really skid steer weather, but I still got some stuff that I want to do around the house and whatnot. So I've been working on my airplane tracker site today. Airplane tracker site? So you track airplanes, Pat? Thank you, Mark. Yeah, they're pretty easy on those Fords. They don't take much to get those swapped out. My old one, the horn kept hanging up. Looked like somebody has beat, because I got that truck used, of course. So uh, looked like somebody was beating on it, and I got the horn fixed. Parked it at the house, and all of a sudden it started going, dude, horn going off, and I'm like, what the hell? So I had to pull the fuse out. So that's why I had to swap it out. But yeah. So what kind of airplanes do you track, Pat? For all the packages and deliveries that are coming in for you, or what? Easy way to look at it is in the live section of my page. Search for T6 tools. Okay. Everything I can see. Gotcha. Oh, check it out. Ha! Pat is stalking Taylor Swift. Yeah, I'm sure he's right on that. Taylor Swift is a dude. We won't hold that against you, Pat. Whatever floats your boat, or whatever trips your trigger and makes your barrel smoke. Give me 1 second here, guys. Sorry about that. I used to follow the scanner frequency here. I think now. Okay. New York, Lower Hudson Valley, Putnam County. Really, I have two streams running 24/7. Scanner on one, planes on the other. People watch that, Pat? It's a thing. Shows how much I live under a rock, I guess. No kidding. Ah, well, I did a thing the other day. Let me go grab it real quick. So since I got the 1/4 inch, I figured I might as well get me the 1/2 inch. Find a fellow on Facebook Marketplace got this one used. So looks, looks like he barely used it Because if you look at the anvil, it only has very little wear on it. So thank you, Lisa. Yeah, that one there goes up to 300 foot-pound. It's the big one. Yeah, half-inch drive. Uh it's quite a bit longer than the gear range. I tell you what, makes for a big difference. But I'm just patiently waiting on a good deal for 3/8. So we'll see what we get or what we find. But I think by the time it's done, we'll come out pretty good, and we'll sell the gear range torque wrench. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but that quarter inch is definitely a lot smaller. Yeah. Well, and I got that John Deere 4630, and getting, you're not for too long, getting ready to rebuild that engine. So I'm sure it will come in handy for the head bolts. So I'm not sure what the torque specs are, but I got the book in for that, and just gathering up, collecting some money, and probably going to take about, I'd say about $2,000 worth of parts to get that engine fully rebuilt. So it's locked up right now, but that will be an interesting job. It will be the first John Deere engine for me, so it'll be interesting. Yeah, well, on cars more so. Looky here, the Raging Cajun.
This stupid thing. Hang on.
Stupid thing. Well, gee, thanks.
Ugh, ugh.
You're working fine.
Yeah, just hang on. There we go.
But that John Deere 4630, I mean, hell, that thing is from like late 70s, so it's not going to be as complicated, but oh, for ages. David says, "Hi, Raging."
Hello, everybody.
Toyota and
here,
Tools. How are you?
up here in Blaine, Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
Minnesota.
What are you doing there? Trucking.
Sitting behind a Lowe's, waiting to deliver in the morning.
Ah,
Needless to say, I got a trailer full of stuff that goes in there. I can go on a shopping spree right about now. No telling
that's for
what's in that
sure,
trailer.
Toyota. That's for sure, Toyota and Tools. I already wear my long johns, so hey, David. Nah, nope. I don't like winter one bit. I can't stand the cold.
It's maybe 19 degrees up here.
Yeah, but Minnesota is always cold.
Not always. Hmm. Well, crazy part, I got a Walmart behind me. I got Lowe's right here, and I got Harbor Freight across the street.
Hey, good way to get bankrupt, huh?
Yeah, I walked to all three of them. When I got here, we ate dinner, and I've been looking for those little BS toolboxes because I want one.
The
Nobody
what?
has them. They sold those little big U.S. General toolboxes.
Oh,
Within the first hour, they were sold out
what do you want one of
everywhere.
them for?
I just want one.
Hell, hey, Sergio. Lowe's has little toolboxes. Yeah.
I already got two of the Cobalt ones.
So what do you need another one for?
I want the U.S. General ones.
Oh, try ordering them online, says Toyota and Tools.
Nope, can't get them there either.
Damn, man.
They're sold out everywhere.
Sergio says they even make pink ones for you, Rachel.
I know the wife has a pink one. I got a blue one or a
Oh,
black one.
get the
Yeah.
Cobalt mini box, says Am Leeser.
Actually, the Lowe's had Cobalt mini boxes, the pink ones. That's all they had.
Oh, you didn't want a
I
pink
don't
one?
know.
On sale for $9.98. I see why. I see why.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
The 4 stores around the house sold out within the first half an hour of having them.
You serious?
I'm dead serious.
What the hell would you use a small toolbox like that for?
Your nightstand, you can put your knives or whatever in them, you loose change or whatever. On your desk in there, you can put pens or small knives or something in them.
Oh, are they the tiny, tiny ones?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even know Cobalt made those too.
Uh-huh.
I got a I got a Matco one here that matches my box.
Hmm. She got online and looked at the Snap-on price of their small toolboxes. They're $125.
Yeah.
I'm not paying $125 for a Snap-on toolbox. Not for that little bit thing.
Sergio says apparently a bunch of women bought them.
Maybe.
Hey Nick, how are you?
I don't know. They got liners in them. They've got soft close. Well, not really soft close, but you got ball bearing slide drawers. Um, they got a magnet on the back of the drawers to help keep them locked in. Looks like a nice little toolbox. Mm. I had to go to Walmart because I ran out of long socks.
Been wearing very very long socks. They go all the way up to my butt crack. Called long
No.
johns.
Really. Really, really. So anybody doing any Black Friday shopping?
Nope.
No.
Bought my torque wrench yesterday. Does that count?
Well, maybe. Mhm.
So what else is new, Raging?
That's about it. Oh, that's about it. We did go to Harbor Freight Friday afternoon. I did get that power tool holder that goes on the side of your box.
Yeah.
I bought one of those. That's about it.
Yeah, that comes in pretty handy if you don't have anything like that.
No, I've been wanting to get one ever since I started working on a Silverado. That way I ain't got to carry my drills back and forth. I just put them in the holders and yeah. Now I have to search for
Yeah.
them.
Nick bought some bin organizers that were in special. Not really Black Friday, but nice price. Well, you can't beat a nice price, Nick.
Right? I've been looking at those on Amazon.
What? Nice prices?
The drawer for your toolbox drawers. You put the bins inside of it. Yeah, organizer
Oh,
things. Haven't decided what I want to do yet.
gotcha. Well, Ern
You
says
know.
trays like that you can put in your drawer.
Hmm.
I got one of those. They're actually pretty nice.
Been thinking about. I really don't need anything for the pliers. Maybe a few more holders, but that's about it. I got to figure out something for my screwdrivers. I really don't like the holders I've got.
Yeah, what do you got?
I don't know, some random Harbor Freight screwdriver holder thingamadoogers. They take up too much room.
Mark got himself a Harbor Freight generator this afternoon, dual fuel, 5K.
Damn.
Well, 5K is a good size. Bill Beckett is in the house. Bill, how are you?
Hey, Bill.
$7.99 on Black Friday from regular $10.99.
Damn.
Well, that's a that's a good chunk there, Mark.
The 72-inch U.S. Generals are running $13.99.
I'm done buying toolboxes.
You ain't the only one.
I got way
I
too
just
fucking
gotta,
many.
I just gotta organize mine.
I got way too many. I've got 4.
I got 4. Yeah.
Let me know how you like them 6.0s, Sergio. I got the 5.0s. They've been a game changer, especially when you put them on the Milwaukee die grinder. I mean, it gives it a lot more power.
Hmm.
And on the stubby,
They were sold out by the time I got there. Whew. Hey, quick wrench.
well, you know, quick wrench. Hello, Dave. says Bill. I tell you what, though, that little CT-861, I've been impressed with this little guy. I'll be home soon. 10-4.
We won't be home until after the 20th.
I'm home every day. Yay!
We've been talking about it.
I got so tired of being on the road so much and being away from home. There's days I don't even want to go into town to go get something. Right, Nick? Yikes. Bill says, I saw a 3/8 Milwaukee ratchet on sale at Home Depot.
How much was it?
Yeah, Bill. How much? $75. Holy shit. The high-speed ones, Bill?
Wait, was
That is
was that a regular ratchet or was that a cordless ratchet? Well, technically they're both cordless, but
Yeah, but the one is manual, the one is electric.
mm-hmm. M12.
No shit. Was that a high-speed one, Bill? Or was that the older one, the first gen? I still got my first gens too.
I don't know. I only paid $100 for my 38 high speed.
New from the store?
It was brand new from the flea market.
Bill says no, the original one. So give me 1 second here. Like this one, Bill? These go for about, I want to say $80 on Amazon or something or another, any day of the week. So I don't know if that would be really a sale, Bill. I mean, and they're slow. Yes, sir. Oh, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon. Pretty cool in Texas tonight, too.
Yeah, we dropped this load in the morning, pick up something, going to Waco.
Wacko?
Yep. Probably Tractor Supply.
You going to do some shopping first before you unload?
No.
Nick asks, "What is cold in Texas?" A cold beer, Nick.
That's about it.
Yeah, in Texas, they don't really know what's cold. Uh-oh. Quick Range says it's like 27 here. Not sure if the garage heater is on. Kid said it wasn't working.
Mhm.
Yeah, no kidding, right? It's been 30 in the morning, which is, oh, yeah, that is cold. Yeah, we got about the same weather, the same temperature, Bill.
Mhm.
It's 40 right now and dropping quick. I haven't seen 40 in over a week. Right, Emily? Or where's global warming when you need it? 26 here in Hudson Valley.
Candy ass.
40 is brusque in Texas. That's up to you, Dave. There you go, Bill. Candy ass. That's right, Dave. Global warming is over. It's climate change now. You got that right. The climate does change. It was hot a couple months ago. Now it's cold. And here in a couple more months, it will be hot again. No problem, Dave. We'll see you in a bit. Of course you did. Mark wants to know what kind of load you got, Raging.
I don't know. It's product for Lowe's.
So if you got a shopping list, Mark, make sure you email it to him so he can pick it out first before he unloads.
It could be toolboxes in there. It could be pallets of tools. Could be just about anything.
I'm not picky. Hey, Nick, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
Later, Nick. Stupid tablet.
Problem with
There we go.
Texas, it will go back and forth. 31 day, 80 next. Never. Yeah.
Yep.
Take care, Nick. Walter, how are you doing? Been cold here too. People being stupid too, driving too fast. Yeah.
What you talking about, Walter? They do that in the damn when it's nice and sunny out there, nice and clear roads. Just the other night, I was driving northbound on I-35 coming out of Texas. Guy with a nice Charger. He was going southbound. I look over, and he's
He was
spinning
going north.
around.
Yeah, I was
He
just
hit
about
the
to say he
damn.
was going northbound.
Oh, he hit both. He hit the center median and then hit the outer wall. Bam, bam. I'm like, oh man.
How many points did he
He,
score?
I don't know. He hit both walls. He bounced off. He bounced off both walls. I'm like, good God. Got too much horsepower in that car. In that car, you can't handle it. I guess.
Well, he had too much horsepower.
Yeah, keyword had. that car was totaled.
Yep. Well, and I'm sure he's regretting that. He learned himself a very expensive life lesson right there.
Uh huh. All you heard was boom, boom. I'm like, oh, okay. Good thing I was going northbound, not southbound.
Yeah.
But I quickly got on the CB and told everybody to slow down.
The truckers still have CBs these days?
Some do. Some of them don't, but some of them do. They turn them on every now and then, I guess.
Yeah.
I know I got a hold of one person.
Out of 200 trucks?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it used to be
Of
a
course,
big thing.
of course, Texas is home of accidents no matter what you're doing. Always got some kind of a wreck on the damn interstate.
Really?
Yeah.
It's probably all those dumb California people.
Probably.
They don't know what to do with all that freedom.
It was actually going right into Austin, so yeah. That's evident, Sergio. Nope. Unfortunately, I don't go through Connecticut that often. Connecticut can kiss my ass. Fucking road tax for 18 wheelers. Man, they're stupid.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Like how much? Every time you come through there or what?
Yeah. If they got that bill passed.
Well,
Like we don't already pay for enough out here. I mean, come on now.
well, they got to collect their taxes somewhere.
It's such a small ass state, yeah. Brain
Emily
dead for nothing.
brain dead for nothing.
No. Wishing I was at home right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could have been working on my damn truck. At this rate, it might be done before Christmas.
Don't jinx yourself.
It probably won't be done.
That's what I mean. Don't jinx yourself.
And then when I get done with it, I got to take it up to the shop so they can do a fucking alignment on it.
Now that's the easy part.
Yeah. The hell is this? Keep on riding, Gomer Powell. I can legally park here tonight. They can't tell me no different.
Well, they can tell you all they want.
Yeah, they can tell me all they want. I tell them go kick rocks. I got a delivery for the store in the morning.
What was that, security then or something?
No, just some random car. It looks like one of the people that works here.
Oh. Never shuts up. Yeah, but that's the thing with most politicians, right? They love to talk so much. You really like to, their brain jiggle.
Hmm. Well, of course. You may not have to worry about trading them. If they do what I think they're going to do, they're both going to be locked up. Where is my damn cigars?
Uh-oh.
Cigars. Where'd she put them? I put them right here. Oh, here they are. So what's on the agenda for this week so far?
Skid steer, get that figured out. And then I've got a Yukon coming in. And then I want to bring one of my parts trucks up and part it completely out and put that all up for sale if I got some time. I got, let me see here. I got a couple more things on the schedule. Another Ford 7.3 and a boat.
We can always go down to Tennessee and help me out.
I already offered you to bring it over.
It wouldn't have made it up there. Really, it wouldn't have made it.
Nah.
Seriously, it wouldn't have. I got it to the house just in time. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good thing we bought her vehicle and got the truck down to the house because it wouldn't have made it much further. Now with that broken linkage.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And now I get to replace the caliper. I'm thinking about just going ahead and replacing the brake line too while I'm at it. At least to the caliper.
The hose or the Heartline?
The hose.
Yeah, hose don't cost that much.
Mm-mm.
And if you change the caliper out, might as well do the hose. Got bleeded anyway, so
Mm-hmm. Then I got to refill the whole system and go through all the steps and process of bleeding the whole system.
it's not that bad as long as the bleeder screws are not rusted.
They are on that caliper, but the brand new caliper I'm going to put on it, they're not.
Yeah,
Passenger side was done a couple of years ago, so
yeah. I mean, you still got to do your rears too.
uh-huh. I think the rears are brand new calipers also.
You think or you know?
I think. I think the only one that wasn't brand new was the driver's side front.
Well, it is now.
Mm-hmm. It will be. I just got to order it. Which I got a few more weeks before I have to do that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I done a bunch of work on mine last weekend.
Mhm.
So got all new joints for the axle shaft in the front. New U joints. And some of them were the passenger side was the passenger side? Yeah, it was the passenger side that was really bad. No, the driver's side was really bad. The short shaft.
Mm.
I think I showed that last week, didn't I?
I think so.
Where I had to cut the caps in half just to get them off. They were on there so fucking tight.
Hey, Pat CB. Damn. I haven't even
Pat!
started tearing. I haven't even started tearing the passenger side down yet. Still got to pull the upper and lower off and replace those. Replace linkage on that side and replace the inner and outer tire rod.
Oh, that keeps you busy for a little bit.
Yep. That it will. I don't know. I'm enjoying working on my vehicle.
I don't mind working on my stuff. The only problem is it don't make me any money.
It saves you money.
And sometimes I wonder. But
Well, you ain't got to pay somebody else the labor cost.
right, yeah. But yeah, still got to buy the parts though. But
Yeah, but that's not half as bad as paying somebody to put it on there for you. 'Cause what is a shop charge right about now? 125 an hour?
no, that's on the high end. Bank's right around 100 around here, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got an expensive one, it's a little higher. And you got some cheaper ones that are a little lower. Pat wants to know, anybody found any must-have deals this weekend? Nothing really enticed my cheap ass.
No, not really. I mean, no.
Damn, Dave says we're 180.
So yeah, the
Yeah,
labor costs almost 3 times as much as the damn parts.
you won't be able to charge that around here. Hell, this town has one, two. Well, the other one went back. He closed up shop a couple weeks ago. So there's one on the south side, one on the north side, yeah, and then me. So there's three altogether here.
Let's see. I gave the 2 CV axles, upper and lower both sides. That was 160. Inner and outers was like $50 for the kit. Ball joints were like $50 for the kit. Oil filter, brake pads, front and rear. That might have been $60 for all of it. Spark plugs, spark plug wires. Probably around 500 so far.
Yeah. Brandon says we're going up to 95 an hour for the mower dealership. It's still the cheapest in town.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Pat, it all depends on the area. Like I said, you know, uh, the one shop here in town is 95, and the other one is like 100 or 110. One of the two. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. So
I think most of your dealerships are just over 100, 125 an hour.
I didn't include the dealerships because the vast majority of people that they don't bring their car to the dealership.
I don't know. Nowadays, they probably do if it's covered under warranty.
Yeah, but those are not the kind of people that go to an independent.
Hmm.
That's right, Pat. Saying I do a lot of the bigger jobs that the other two shops don't want to do. So, because the other two shops, they really like their oil changes and brakes, that kind of crap. So, I guess Dave got his heater going, huh?
Yeah, I got the heater going. I don't know why it wasn't on. Still a little chilly in here. My Generac did a self-test today. I don't know why the heater didn't reset.
Yo, Mama, how are you?
Labor rates at our dealerships here are over 200.
Really?
Oh, yeah. 200 to 240. European cars upwards of 300. It's like that in all your big metro cities. Atlanta, Jacksonville, Florida, Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati. I mean, all the big
KC,
cities.
how are you?
Chicago.
Yeah, but I
They
would
had
have
to
been.
raise rates. They had to raise rates. They couldn't get technicians to work for them. They got to pay more.
Yeah, but I think a lot of those in those areas, you got to have that high of a rate because of the shop space.
Possibly.
I mean, because of shop space.
Okay, in a big city, shop space period costs more.
Oh yeah. Well, a lot of it I know has to do with after. I mean, the dealerships here, your big three, GM, Ford, Chrysler.
Mm-hmm.
The techs at the dealerships in Metro Detroit, when they heard what the union guys were getting, unskilled laborers, the ones that are putting cars together all fucked up to where they gotta have safety recalls and nuts and bolts and shit are missing that they ever got put on the line. The techs had a big uprising, said, bullshit on this. These guys are building the cars half-assed and they're making more money than us. They got to go behind their back and fix them. We got to provide our own tools. We got to do this. We got to do that.
Yeah.
And before you knew it, wages have skyrocketed. I mean, our low-end techs are getting over 30 an hour.
Really?
High-end techs are anywhere from $42 to $65 an hour.
Walter says some shops are crooks. There's one in Fremont, Michigan. That is one. They charge $185 for labor.
We were 175. We went to 180. But we did not raise what we charged for Euros. We used to be 165 and 180. European vehicles were 180. Domestics were 165. My owner changed it to 180 across the board. And we are not the highest and we are not the lowest. Oh, your chain places like Midas and Tuffy, your Firestones on it, they're all charging 165 to 175 an hour now.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, yo, mama, how does charging what you want make you a crook, Walter?
I just know my shop owner frequently calls around other shops and finds out what the hourly rates are.
Well, I mean,
flame in my heater, Casey. It's electric. But my Generac went through self-test today because it's the first of the month. All my kids had to do is come out here and hit the button. Come on. I asked him, I said, is it out there running at all? No, it's not running, Dad. It was cold in the garage. I'm like,
I mean, by the time that shop pays for everything it's got to pay for, then the mechanics pay for everything they got to pay for. You got to understand why they charge as much as they do.
mechanic industry in your big cities is changing drastically. You know, these owners are not getting. You're no longer getting away paying a top end tech $55,000-$60,000 a year. You just aren't.
Right.
The economy doesn't dictate it. These guys want $100,000 to $150,000 a year now, and they have to adjust their pay rates.
Mm-hmm.
They got to make that possible, and there's no reason why a highly skilled technician isn't making 6 figures a year. Especially when you look at their costs, they got to buy tools. I mean, a lot of them are told to buy tools that I personally think the shop should be buying. It should be shop tools, but
Well, like a torque wrench that we'll use as a hammer.
no, I'm talking like specialty tools to do timing chain setups, shit like that.
Yeah.
I think the shop owner should be buying those tools and it should become a shop tool. But I know a lot of techs that buy their own shit. Now, I tell my shop owner, we need this tool to fix this car. He'll say, go ahead, order it up. Bring in the receipt and we'll reimburse you. But it's a shop tool now. Or I can decide, hey, this is cheap enough through Orion Motor Tech. I'll see if it works. If it works good, I'm just keeping it for myself. It's my tool.
Yeah.
I don't care about the $39.95 I spent on it or 20. I mean, I've gotten some really cheap shit that's worked really well off Amazon for doing timing chains and timing belts. And
Yeah, I like those hold on brackets and shit. I wouldn't spend a big, because on the end of the day, you don't use those every day.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
what did we pay for those? $20?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I bought
So-
those. Those are mine. I have 2 sets though. I also have a set for the newer vehicles because they changed the size of the cam lock. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think what year. I think 2017 up. A 3.5, 3.7, 2017 and up, you'll need the other set.
And Walter
Hey,
says
Anthony.
shop at Fremont
They basically
charges.
look identical. They basically look identical. It's just narrower. They changed the spacing on the cams.
Walter says the shop at Fremont charges by the quart for antifreeze, and they overcharge the customer. I just buy the antifreeze by the gallon, most of the time concentrate, and whatever's, if there's like a little bit left over, I just give it to the customer,
What all matters? We charge for coolant if we're gonna be using an excessive amount of it, say like doing a coolant flush, or
Anthony, how are you?
we're basically refilling your whole cooling system. But if we just got to add a little bit of coolant because you didn't want to do anything but maybe toss that T-stat in, so your T-stat works and the code stops setting that and you're gonna get heat again, and the T-stat's high enough when we pop it out, maybe you lose a half a gallon. That we do not charge separate for antifreeze. We keep that under our shop supply fee. That's become a big issue that my boss has talked about a lot. Should I keep charging shop supply fee based off a percentage of the ticket like everybody else in the industry does? Or should I get rid of my shop supply fee that sometimes becomes controversial with the customer? And we itemize each and every little thing that we had to use that were shop supplies and bill it to them. Like we had to replace any hose clamps for every little bit of coolant we put in. For every little stupid little shop supplies we use, a little bit of brake cleaner that we use. Should we be charging individual for that, or just leave it called shop fees, or shop supply fee? I don't know. You know of any shops that have?
I am not going to hang up on a hose clamp unless it's a small job. Let's say $100 or $200. Then I would just say $10. If there's a hose clamp, a zip tie, and whatever else. I just call $10 for other.
Yeah,
normally,
that's what we do. We have a shop supply fee, and we carry hose clamps. I'm not just talking worm cell clamps. We have a whole selection of I don't even know who he gets them from. I think he's getting them through Napa. We have a whole selection of constant tension clamps. If you ever got to change any of the constant tension clamps, if it came with one, we try to reuse it with we use the same style clamp for replacing hoses. But I think we're going to stay with the shop supply fee.
Your mama says itemize everything, Dave.
Well, then my owner is making calls and finding out how other owners are doing it. Are they itemizing each and everything, or just going shop supply fees based off a percentage of the ticket? I forget how.
Yeah, see, your mama. If I let's say I do a timing chain job or whatever, and I've noticed that a clamp is bad, that is a big bill. I just put a hose clamp on it. But if it's if there is, let's say I need to go to the hardware store and need to get some bolts or nuts or stuff of that nature, then I kind of put that under nuts and bolts, this amount, and then if there's like a couple of hose clamps and or a zip tie, I just give it a round number and describe it, hose clamp, zip tie, and whatever else, and I just give it, I don't know, let's say $10 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's on the smaller job. So if it's only like a couple $100, absolutely. Every little thing will get put on there. If it's on a big job and it's just one hose clamp or one bolt, I'm not worried about it. Rents in New York area are insane. Yeah, saying that's probably one of the biggest things why in those big cities the shop rates are way higher.
Mm-hmm.
And what Dave says, pay more for tech so they don't keep walking off to go to the
for a small thing of like grease fittings, you're looking at like $10 for the kit at least Harbor Freight, at least. Hardware store is probably going to be a little bit more, and the auto parts store is probably going to be a little bit more. So yeah, everything does that add up.
That's the cost of being covered. Yep.
Hmm?
Not sure what you're getting at, Anthony. But Yeah, like I said, it all depends on how big the job is and, things of that nature. I hate nickel and diming somebody to death. So, and if it's just $10 extra, okay, my customers won't have a problem with that, or $20, they won't have a problem with that. But, if we go over $50, I definitely go make a phone call and say, hey, this needs to be spent because of this and this.
Mm-hmm.
Because the last thing I want is the customer to show up and say, hey, the bill is higher. When he comes here, he knows what the bill is. It's been discussed and talked about. He also knows why it's higher than your original quote. And if you don't want to do it, then that's fine, because I have customers like that too. The other day I had to forward in and replace the valve cover gaskets. And I say, hey, I noticed you had a fuel leak at your fuel bowl, and what was it? What's something else? I can't remember. And I pointed that out to him. He says, yeah, I'm not worried about it. He says, I'll take care of that myself. I've got this or that, or I can get that and I can do it myself. Okay, no problem. Just, make sure you do it. So.
Mm-hmm.
But if in case that he does want me to do it, then he also knows why it costs more than the original quote. You know what I mean? So that way when he comes here, it's like, wow, you didn't talk to me about that. I just wanted to do that myself. Okay, well, there you go. I think communication is a big thing.
Communication with everything is a big thing, really.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Especially.
I've been on the other side. If the one or two times I brought my tractor to the dealership, and the one dealership when I showed up, they says, "Well, it's $2,000 more." What the fuck, man? Was it that hard to pick up the phone? Well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'd be like, did you do the work without my okay? And when they say yes, I'll be like, well, you didn't get my okay, so technically I don't have to pay for that work.
Yeah, I don't know. Good luck with that.
I know a few people that have actually done that. The mechanic didn't communicate the full price and went ahead and done some things. Customer shows up and the car's done and everything, and they give them the price, and they look over what they discuss, and they say, well, you didn't discuss this, this, and this with me. And the look on the business guy's face is like, huh? Customer didn't pay for none of it. Pay for what they discussed, and that was it. Got the keys and left.
Walter says, I've had a customer that said, if anything else is wrong, fix it with no questions asked. He owned an industrial painting place, knowing breakdowns and cost money. Well, okay, Walter, and then even if he says that, I would still call him and say, hey, I found this, and this. Do you want me to do something about it, or you want to do it later, or you want to do it yourself, or what do you want? I would still pick up the phone and I would still talk to them about it. I will not just assume.
Mm-hmm.
Mark says, Dave, then it looks like you're nickel and diming folks. Yeah, I think it's a fine line, Mark, and it is, Pat, and it's really simple. It don't cost you any time just to make that phone call, and then your customer knows, because I don't know the size of their wallet. I don't know if they can afford that or not, and I will not make that assumption that they can or cannot. So I just, as soon as they drop the vehicle off, I tell them right up front, this is the quote for this job, If I find anything else, I'll give you a call. Well, and then, I've had customers say, oh, don't worry about it. Just take care of it if you do find something else. And I still give them a call and they says, well, I already told you to take care of it. Well, I already told you that I would call you anyway. So here I am. You want it fixed? Yes or no?
I don't do the pricing at my shop, so I don't actually nickel or dime anybody.
Yeah, that's it, Pat. Just a simple heads up. 100%.
We are. That's a big issue in our shop. Communication is key.
It is.
And a lot of people will pay us more in another shop because we do offer basically all our repairs are 3-year, 36,000 mile warranty, which is hard to find in the aftermarket. But my owner pays, I think we pay extra for parts through our suppliers to get that warranty. Like actually brake pads, calipers, and stuff like that are lifetime. I mean, some of our stuff is lifetime warranty, like front end parts, ball joints, tie rods. The part itself, not labor, is lifetime warranty. But we still cover you $336 on labor. But like you get an alternator done by us, water pump, it's 3 years, 36,000 miles. Where most shops out there are 1 year, 12,000, or 2 years, 24.
We've had a customer argue a bill after they agreed to the price for repair when they came. Yeah, that's it, man.
We've had that happen. We've communicated with the customer, and then they come in and play stupid. Like, that's not what you guys told me. Yeah, it is. It's exactly what you were told 3 times, and I actually emailed you. You got emailed the quote too.
Yeah, I use text for that.
I mean, I've been to a shop it's a Volvo shop where the tech was on the phone with the customer. The customer said they wasn't paying the bill, and the tech told him, well, I'll just file a mechanical lien on your truck and you won't get it back.
Yep.
I mean, people seem to forget that when a shop owner says, if you don't want to pick the car up, well, you don't want to pay the bill. Well, okay. There's a simple step he can do. He can lock your vehicle up, go down to the courthouse or wherever he's got to file that lien at. No matter if your car is paid off or not, when he files that lien, you're fucked. Because now you have to satisfy that bill. Otherwise, he takes your vehicle.
That's true to a point. We can file for a mechanic's lien on a car, but what is not true is you cannot refuse to give a vehicle back to a customer in the state of Michigan. I know every state's different, but if they call the local sheriff's department, state police, or whatever, and they sit there and say, I don't give a shit if I owe this place this much money, the police will try to use their pressure and say, oh, no, you got to pay for it. We can't just release the car. But if they, how to say, if they own, my understanding is we cannot hold on to their car. We have to give up the keys to their car. We can get all the information we need, and once they even leave with the car, we can go file a mechanic's lien here in the state of Michigan against them. But my understanding is
how the fuck do you get paid?
We never have a problem usually, but they either don't pay. If they don't pay, usually they don't even come for the car. Most people over the years at all the shops I've worked for, if they couldn't pay for it, they just left the car. Eventually abandoned the car.
Mm-hmm.
But
I never had that happen yet.
Yeah,
I know a friend of mine at his shop. They had a customer go ape shit crazy. He called the police, and the police literally tried to intimidate the customer to pay the bill using all their tactics. And when the day came to end of the day, shop owner had to suck up, grow, and here's your keys. I'll see you in court. I'll see you in small claims court or whatever. I'll see you in court. You owe me this much money. But the police literally had to tell them, you have to give them their keys. It's their car. It's their property.
Well, that's not how it is in Indiana, but
I know it's not like that in every state. Like I know for
I
friends that work in Georgia, and you can actually hold on to their car. You can hold their car hostage. No problem.
Yeah, and Michigan has a couple funky rules when it comes to some of that shit. So, But yeah,
It's the same thing with a tow truck driver.
I only ever had one customer that was an ass, and I just shoved his truck up to the road and pulled the new, send all the new parts back to the parts store and threw all his parts in the back of his truck and tell him to fuck off.
I think it's pretty much the same for a tow truck driver. When the people fail to pay the bill, well, I think they got
Yeah, but
30 days to pick the vehicle up.
If tow
Yeah,
truck
but
drivers have impound lot, if they're part of a legal impound lot, they can take that car right to the impound lot. Then they can start charging storage fees. They can charge an initial drop-off fee. You don't want to play a tow truck driver. You don't want to play at the shop either in Michigan, because that's our other avenue. If you're going to be a complete asshole about it, we'll call a tow truck driver that we're real good friends with that has an impound lot, and we'll put your car in there. And your impound fees will include your bill for us. And you ain't getting that car back from the impound lot. They have rights. They have rights that a shop does not.
Yeah, but if a tow truck driver picks up your car because lack of payment on that car, that's already a signed contract that they can pick that car up.
Mm-hmm.
And because the owner of that car is actually the guy that owns that holds the title, which is the finance company, and not you.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I've done recovery work for many years.
Oh, it's finally warming up in here a little bit. I had to take my coat off. Stupid kids. I told them, check to make sure it's set to be on. They didn't turn it on, little fuckers.
That's a gray area, Walter, because a lot of times when a mechanic files a lien, guess what? That customer still got to pay the finance company, no matter what.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes the finance company will actually just write off there as a loss if you don't owe that much either.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, Walter, that is, I think, in my opinion, that would be a better chance to get your bill paid when the finance company holds the title to that car, because they do not want that on there. They do not want to have a lien on that.
My sales team is pretty good about smelling bullshit in people. So if
Mhm.
somebody approves a very large job, they're pretty good. If they just get this feeling about a customer, they're pretty good at getting a down payment deposit.
So they got a bullshit detector.
I don't know. They're pretty good at it. I mean,
So when Dave goes by, it goes.
no, no, but they look at history. I mean, we got a customer that's had great history with us. Like, we never worry about it. But you've never been in before. You act a little shady with our sales associates, kind of like him and Han, or you got to find the money before you can approve the period. You got to, oh, then you call back. Yeah, so and so is going to loan me the money. That's when we'll start asking for deposit. Give us a deposit. You got to cover at least the parts we got to order. Give us a deposit. If they had to fuck around for 3 days to find somebody that's going to hook them up with the money to fix their car, that right there in itself potentially could be shady.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What happens if that person changes their mind and says, no, I'm not giving you the money to fix your car?
Well, I got a couple times where I turned down work. So, hey, do you work on doing the timing chain on the Volkswagen? Nope. I do not touch euros.
Well, what happens if a girl sits there and comes in our shop, a single female, and she can't find the money, blah, 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 blah. Oh, my boyfriend, he says he's going to pay for it, but we'll give us a deposit. Well, why? I said my boyfriend's going to pay for it. Well, he's your boyfriend today. He might not be tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. Once they go, he catches her cheating, or she catches him cheating, all hell breaks loose. Next thing you know, we have this car for $2,000 to repair it. Boyfriend broke up with her. She broke up with him. Now he's no longer paying the bill. So we'll ask for a deposit.
Yep.
You believe how warm the garage got so quick.
Huh?
I can't believe how quick the garage warmed up. I'm already sitting at. Can't see it. Hovering right around 70 degrees now. Yeah, I usually leave the heater on.
I'm hovering right around 50 in here.
My garage was over. I was over 50 degrees when I came home and the heater wasn't on. I think it was like 58, 59 degrees in my garage when the heater wasn't on. But the garage is all insulated, and it's not a big ass garage like you're in. It's just a 2-car garage attached to the house. And then I have insulation in all the walls. I have insulated garage door, and then I have insulation all up through the ceiling.
That's right, Mark.
I keep the heater on year round. I don't keep it at like 70 plus year round, but like when I'm done out in the garage tonight, I'll turn it to like 65, 62 to 65 degrees, whatever I feel like kicking it down to, and I just let it go. It comes on and off as it needs to.
That's for sure, Mark.
And everybody I've ever told that to, that I keep that going all winter long. They're like, doesn't that kick the shit out of your electric bill? Like, on the coldest month, I think last year, my electric bill was probably. It's hard to compare. It's hard to compare because rates went up since I installed the heater. I'd say the most it's probably ever cost me in a month to keep my garage somewhat climate controlled, and then I kick it up a little bit when I'm out here. Maybe $65 a month. I don't think that's horrible. Hey, if I had it my way, I wouldn't touch Euros either. And people that buy Euros here in Michigan, the ones I work on, most of them bought them things used.
Yep, and they can't afford them to begin with.
Yeah, they can't afford them to begin with. They got this great deal on it, and then they bring it to me, and I figure out what's wrong with it. And I already know that I got to replace all this vacuum line shit on this VW or this Audi, because it's all going to be hard and brittle. And the minute you start trying to take anything apart, all going to fucking break. So you already quote all that ahead of time. Maybe just to change an intake manifold gasket that's leaking. And then they're like, well, why is it so much? Well, it's Euro trash.
Right.
It's Euro trash. What do you want me to, some will say Europeans aren't trash. I mean, are they trash? No. I mean, just expect higher repair costs.
They're fine when they're under 100,000 miles. As soon as they go over it, it goes quick.
There's certain Euro vehicles out there that are run, but I'm just saying when they do need a repair, it's not going to be cheap. I had a customer the other day ask me, if I'm looking for a newer Ford vehicle, which one would you recommend? I'm like, what are you looking at? They're like, a small vehicle, a small SUV, what do they call it? The Escape, something in that range. Escape, blah blah blah. They're like, which one would you recommend? I'm like, you're gonna buy it, and you're gonna buy it used. You're not buying brand new. Right? We're thinking like a 2014, 15 and up, whatever we can find it for it. I'm like, none of them. And like, why? So you want me to print up the TSBs on the 1.6, the 1.5, and the 2.0 EcoBoost?
The older ones. The older ones are.
Yeah, but the 2.0, when it has a problem, the repair is replace the whole fucking motor. When the 1.5 starts to eat up coolant and cause misfires, the repairs replace the short block. And the 1.6, there's a TSB about replacing the head. I mean, I don't know why Ford gets away with this shit, because the failures I've seen them happen at 68,000 miles where it's leaking enough coolant on a 1.5 EcoBoost into the cylinders. You get a misfire and cold startup. And all you got to do is pressurize the cooling system, put a borescope down cylinder 2 or 3. It's going to be one of those two. Leave the pressure on it. Go back about 15 minutes later, and you'll see the drip right in the cylinder. Yeah. And everybody thinks it's a head gasket. Well, it actually is a head gasket, but what's causing the problem is the surface of the short block. The fix is replace the short block. You got a car with less than 100,000 miles, and now you need a motor. Same with the 2.0 turbo EcoBoost.
Well, the older ones are actually pretty
Replace
good.
The whole freaking motor. Yeah, the older ones are fine.
Yeah, the older ones. I mean, goddamn. I mean, they run
old-
forever.
The older 2.5, the old 2.5 that was in like Ford Fusions and shit, 4-cylinder. Those things run forever.
Yeah, the
man.
4 or the 6 cylinders.
Yeah, they were fine.
Yo mama says a heat gun is key tool to utilize on Euro plastics. Walter says Ford Focus 2011 and 2018 with dual clutch transmissions are to avoid it too, or avoid too. Yeah.
I didn't know they used the same tranny from 2011 to 2018. I thought it was like 2012 or 13 to 18. But I don't know trannies that well and which ones are in which vehicles all that much.
I wouldn't own a Focus, period.
I like my older junk. That shit just runs.
Yeah, the VW is a rebranded. The VW Rutan is a rebranded Chrysler minivan. It's a rebranded Town and Country Caravan, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, Chrysler's Town and Country.
Yeah, it's all it is. Got VW logos on it. Other than that, it's a Chrysler van.
Heat gun works every time. You rarely break the plastic junk. There you go, Dave.
The extra labor I'll charge having to sit there and play with the heat gun, getting the stuff apart. They might as well just buy all new.
You like playing with the heat gun.
My heat gun sucks, dude. I'm cheap. I got a Warrior heat gun from Harbor Freight, $9.99. It actually works well. I mean, it does a job. I guess you could say I have a butane heat gun too.
Mm-hmm.
It's my Snap-on soldering iron has like a heat gun attachment to it.
I got the Snap-on torch.
I got Snap-on torch too. The best one I have is
Yeah, I got one of them too, Sergio. And those Wagners are fucking awesome. They're really, really nice. And they're cheap. It was free 90 free. Scott, how are you?
that's the best thing he could have done is pardon him. Now Trump can fucking his DOJ can find another crime to go after him for.
Yeah, those Wagner electrical ones, those are pretty nice. But I don't use it here in the shop. It's more of a house tool.
So your shop's cold right now?
It's a little brisk, yeah. It's warming up already.
Is it warm up better in your other shop or is it worse?
It's about the same.
That shop's insulated too, isn't it?
This one here, yeah.
But don't you have higher ceilings?
Yep. That's why it takes a little longer.
Yeah, I mean the heat's gonna all rise up.
Yep. Yep.
I'm able to keep my garage nice and cozy with a 75-watt electric heater that'll kick down. I believe it'll kick down to 5,000 watts when it's not needed to be on high, and it'll kick down to 3,000 watts just to maintain temp once it reaches its temp. Like if it has to come on, it's a King Electric heater, 7,500 watt. I was going to go 10,000, but the guy said, "Hey, if your garage is insulated, you don't need a 10,000 watt."
Huh.
It's not too bad. Once you get it up to 50 in here, then it warms up pretty quick. So
Well, if you're working, then at 50 ain't too bad. 55 ain't too bad.
yeah, 55 is nice. 60, 60 is starting to get a little hot, but it's all right. But 50 is starting to get a little chilly.
The one thing I still can't fix in my personal garage here, I could fix it if I wanted to spend a fortune. But if I ever buy, like, set up what I really want to set up and get a pole barn and all that, I think I'm actually going to install a radiant floor heating system.
Yeah.
And on top of probably having some type of forced air gas furnace in it. But if you got to get down on the floor and work on the floor, it's still cold. I mean, it's a cement base with nothing, cement garage floors. No
Yeah,
under.
for a shop that you work in, floor heat is king.
Well, that's what I would install if I ever build another house, which I plan on doing within the next couple of years. Build another house, move from here. I want a property where I have the ability to put up a pole barn on it or whatever, a metal structure, metal building, something either 40 by 60 or 30 by 50 or some shit like that, 30 by 40. But I would like to install radiant floor heat under the whole flooring system.
Just go bigger, Dave. As what you originally planned, just go
I
bigger.
know. We'll go bigger because that space gets used up quick.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I have a friend that has that radiant floor heat system in his garage, and then he also has forced air furnace, and it has to get really cold out before he has to turn that furnace on. For the most part, the radiant floor heating takes care of the shop.
Yeah.
They keep it pretty comfortable. Never asked him how much it costs him to keep it at the temperature he keeps it at. But
Yeah, but if the biggest thing is to turn them on time so the concrete is warm already before the cold hits, and it won't cost that much to maintain it. I don't know, Scott. It's just a fucking house.
I've only sold one house I've ever lived in. Every other house I lived in, I still own. And I rent them. Which can be a pain in the ass at times. I ain't gonna lie. It's not always easy. I mean, when roofs need to be replaced and furnaces take a shit, hot water tanks take a shit, and COVID hits and people don't have money to pay the rent.
Well, so far we've been every time we sell a house, we move into something bigger or bigger property. So we just intend to keep upgrading.
Yeah.
It's my buddy I was telling you has got that radiant floor heat in his pole barn. I mean, he's got this is the thing, he's not hurting by any means. I mean, he lives in probably today's value. The house, his property is probably worth $1 million to $1.5 million with what he's got on it, the amount of acreage he's got, the actual house that he's got on it, and all that. But he does have his sidewalks also heated. Well, he doesn't have sidewalks per se, like the walkway going to the front of his house and back exterior patio area and the sidewalk that goes around the side of his house and his whole driveway is also heated to the point where he never really has to salt it or anything. And it's got to snow like hell for him to have to even worry about going out there and shoveling any of it. For the most part, it melts. I'm sure it costs him a pretty penny for it, but I don't ask.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. In my other shop, I did have ceiling fans. It was nice for in the summer. In the winter, it didn't really make that big of a difference. There's always a corner where that air wants to drift to anyway.
Here in Michigan, it's illegal to plant. It's illegal to bury family members in your backyard. You can't even freaking bury your dog or cat in your backyard, technically speaking, here in Michigan.
Yeah, but his is since 1865. That means you're going to be grandfathered in. And if it's an official cemetery, then they can't do nothing about it anymore.
Well, I understand that.
But a new one, yes, you can't do that.
Like I can bury any animal I want it, but the property we have up in Emily City that that's still family owned. It's not mine. My mom's still alive, so she's the owner of it. But we got 80 acres in Attica, Michigan that's been in the family since the late 1800s. And I can't tell you how many freaking dead dogs are buried out in the freaking orchard out there. And dead cats. There are a lot of them out there. You know, I helped Grandma and Grandpa dig quite a few holes, and I wasn't there for every one of them. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but that's part of life, man.
That's Pet Cemetery on one side of their property.
Yeah, some states are like that. As long as you're an official, you have an official graveyard there. Here in Indiana, it depends on the year when it started and how many gravestones are there. And then it needs to have a fence around it and be maintained. What are you working on now, Dave?
I'm just moving some shit out of the way.
Oh.
sorry, I wouldn't want to live at that house. Not with all those grapes on it. No, I'm good.
Are you afraid of grapes?
I ain't afraid of them. I just don't want to live near them. Huh. So no women are allowed at your house, huh?
I'm going to share the screen here. Can you see that?
Uh-huh.
That's the one I settled on. I'm so fucking done with this icon piece of shit.
Yeah, but it's not Flexhead.
I know. I know. Stop it.
You
That's
were
15
adamant.
minutes.
I could have found you a bunch of those fucking things on eBay for cheap.
Yeah, well, that's what I have coming from eBay for cheap. Did you see that, Dave?
Yeah, the ratchet.
Yeah, that one. 15-inch overall length. Yeah, they don't even use you shouldn't use water, Mark. They use either coolant or antifreeze
Yeah,
or
they're cool.
glycol
Yeah.
or glycol. One of the two gets used.
I-
And most of the time most of the time they use a gas furnace for that or a big wood furnace for that. One of the two.
You can get electric floor grid systems, but I would highly say no to that, because if you lose a heater element in that flooring, I mean, the grids that Theo's talking about, the only thing that can go wrong is you could possibly have a leak or something, which it won't happen because you're using like an antifreeze like substance in it that won't freeze. But you wouldn't want to use electric, because if you ever lost a whole section of heater element in that flooring, you'd have to bust the concrete all up and replace it. I do believe they make electric.
I have never ever seen electric floor heat.
I've never seen anybody have them, but I do believe they make such.
I never heard of it, never seen it. The only thing I know is you lay that PAX tubing down and they pour your floor on top of that. You got to be all the same length. You can't have one loop larger than the other, because otherwise that one, that the larger loop never gets as hot or hot enough compared to the others. That is key. Ask me how I know, because I used to install some of that shit as a side hustle as a kid. So yeah, I laid down a lot of that shit. But yeah, that's how you do that. And then, like I said, if you're a big spender, use glycol. If you're cheap ass, you use coolant. Like you use for in a car or an antifreeze. Yeah, but if you the glycol I'm talking about is more of a clear oil looking stuff, Sergio. Still mixed with that. I don't know. Like I said, that I'm just telling you my experience. So I am not you're an HVAC guy. I am not. So.
Well, Wasn't the
And it
green
has a
shit?
dye.
Yeah, isn't the green shit just a dye? Same with the orange shit. Isn't it just a dye? And the blue shit and the purple shit, it's just a dye.
Chaka says, I have heat pipe in the floor of my garage and out in the driveway and front sidewalk. The garage is nice, but outside is awesome. I would not waste my money on that. Fuck that. Oh, Tarek, how are you? Okay. Hey, but I'm talking about, 15 years ago or longer. So that's what they did back then. I don't know if they changed that by now or not. I mean, hell, it might even be close to 20. Tarek, how are you? Tarek says electric floor heat is usually small areas like a bathroom or a kitchen. Okay.
What's the most common areas you're going to be? Well, the bathroom, you'll really want it because when you step out of the shower and you got that cold ass floor and no rug, that nice warm
Yeah.
floor
I'm gonna
is
give up
helpful.
that example. My buddy's house I was talking about, he's got electric heat in his bathroom. In his master suite, he's got electric floor heat. I was trying to think of where I seen it before. And I said, well, what heats it? It's electric grid.
Yeah,
it's
but
only-
Tarek says it should.
it's
It
only
does
in his
exist, but
master suite. It's in his master bath. That's it. So when he gets out of the shower, his feeties don't get cold.
that way you don't have to twinkle to around.
Like I said, the guy lives fancy.
Your mama says you ever get a drop of that glycol? No, I never. Nope.
It
Never.
burns a little bit. So does brake fluid. They'll burn a little bit if you get it in your eyes.
Have you, mama? I never have.
I think I've had everything that's ever in a car in my eyes before. Gasoline, trans fluid, brake fluid.
Yeah.
coolant.
Or in your mouth.
Yeah.
I've chewed on a lot of hydraulic oil. I can tell you that much. Dealing with farm equipment and whatnot, busted hydraulic lines. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, when you're talking about antifreeze, like for in a car or whatnot, I got the same thing. I can't stand it. If I get that on my hands, I got to wash it off. I'd rather deal with 80, 90 gear oil than coolant. I find it disgusting. I don't know about you, Dave, but that's me.
Yeah, I hate coolant on me too. What really sucks is when it starts to run down your arm towards your armpit. You got to stop right away. Because you don't want it even close to your armpit.
Have you seen this tool?
Is it for radiator drain cocks?
Yeah.
Huh.
Strongly recommend it, man. Worth every penny. I love this. It's a snap-on one, but
Well, you need the quality of a snap-on one when you're taking out a drain plug on a radiator now with those plastic radiators. They're so strong, I'm sure the icon would break. That's some serious plastic that they're using now.
no, it just leaves you a nasty taste. That's it. And trust me, the only thing you do is huh. Okay. I never got that stuff in my eye, so I don't know. Yeah, but that little thing right there, Dave, they trying to hide that shit these days.
Oh yeah,
That little
fucking
socket. Huh?
they bury that shit now.
Yeah, that little socket right there, you put your ratchet on there and just, it's nice. And some of those Fords and Chevys, holy fuck, man, you got to be like this in order to get to it. And then there's not enough room to use your pliers. That little thing, you just. But
Where's Boudreaux been?
I have no idea, man.
I don't know.
I guess we're not cool enough for Boo anymore.
I don't know. I haven't really seen him on anybody else's stream. He didn't stream this week either.
I have no idea. I mean, it's been a while I've seen him, period. This is going on to be a month now.
He was on a stream earlier today. He was on Polar Bear's garage stream.
Huh.
Maybe got tired talking there.
Probably.
You got tired of what?
Maybe he got tired of talking and he just figured that's it. One stream's enough for the day.
Never know. Well, we're right at the 2-hour mark. You want to say your goodbyes?
Yeah. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Even better about Black Friday. But remember, everybody, tomorrow is Cyber Monday, so you got some more buying to do. Theo, thanks for the link. Dave, good to see you again. But everybody in the chat, y'all keep those wheels spinning. You beavers grinning. We'll catch you on the next one.
Everybody have a good rest of your holiday weekend and see you next week. Keep it short and sweet this time. Shine on.
Okay, guys. Thanks for coming on. And everybody in the chat, thanks for coming out and hanging out with us tonight. Hope everybody had a good weekend. And hope everybody's going to have a good week. And we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.